Everybody, welcome to a video tutorial brought to you by A11 GFX. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a really cool rainbow looking background, like the background that you're seeing right in front of me inside of Adobe Photoshop. Now to go ahead and do this, it's actually very simple, but I figured out how to do this by watching a video from Octotuts on YouTube, which is right here. Here's the video. I'll be sure to remember to link it in the video's description. So what he did in this video was he showed a way to go ahead and make the rainbow effect like this, but the way that I followed along to this tutorial didn't get the end result that looked like this. What I got instead was, let me just go ahead and find it for you. So I didn't get this end result, which I have right here. What I got instead by following his tutorial was this background right here. So I just got this one, which didn't really look that good. And so I figured, how could I make this rainbow looking background look better? And so I decided to do some tweaking in Photoshop, and I eventually made that background look like this one, which you're seeing right here in front of me. So I'm going to show you guys how to make a background that looks like this inside of Adobe Photoshop today. So I'm going to be using Adobe Photoshop CS4 to go ahead and do this, but this will work in pretty much any version of Adobe Photoshop that you want to. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to open up Adobe Photoshop, and I'm going to go up here to File and create a new document. And I'm going to make the width and height 1280 by 800 because that's the screen resolution that I have, just so I can set this as my desktop background. And here where it says background contents, make sure you set that to white, then go ahead and click OK. And you should have a white background like this. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to go here to the background layer, and you want to double click on it to go ahead and unlock the layer and name it whatever you want. I'll just keep it at layer 0 and click OK. Then what you want to do is go over here and grab your gradient tool. So just go ahead and grab the gradient tool and select the gradient, and make sure that the gradients are sort of like that. So, and also make sure it's at the linear gradient mode. Then just go ahead and click shift and drag up to go ahead and select your gradient. And it should go ahead and look like this right here. Once you're in this, what you want to do is you want to go up to filter, distort, and then you want to go to wave. Once in there, make sure the number of generators is set to around 10. I'm going to be using 13 for this video. And then also here where it says type, make sure it's set to square. Then go ahead and click OK on that, and it should go ahead and look like this. Now what we want to do is we want to go back over to layer 0, right click on it and go to blending options, and then in blending options click on gradient overlay and make sure you come to this window. Here under gradient you want to go ahead and double click on that and go over to this little arrow up here and select the spectrums gradient. So go ahead and click OK on that, and then go ahead and select this first preset to go ahead and make a rainbow like that. To go ahead and set your gradient toolbar back to the way it was, just go ahead and click on here and click reset gradients and then click OK. But what you want to do is make sure that you have the rainbow gradient set like this. Then just go ahead and click OK on that, and then we want to change the blend mode to linear burn, and then you want to change the opacity to around 80. So 80 is good. Then make sure here under angle you want to change that to 0. Then just go ahead and click OK on that, and then you want to go ahead down here and create a new layer. Then go ahead to your gradient tool again and go ahead and select the normal gradient which we had before. Then go ahead and click OK, and go ahead and click on shift and make another gradient going upwards. And I did that wrong, so we want to go ahead and make sure the white's over here and the black's over there. So click OK on that, and then go ahead and create your gradient. And it should look like this. Now you want to go over here to blending mode and change that to soft light, and it should go ahead and look like this. That second gradient is just to go ahead and make it look a little better in terms of the rainbow. So now we have our background looking like this. So if you want to, you can go ahead and merge the layers together. So I'm not going to do that at the moment. So now that we have the rainbow background like this, how do we go ahead and have the effect look exactly like this with all the sort of streaks coming down? So to go ahead and do that, we're actually going to need to go ahead and create a new document. So go to File and create a new document. Go ahead and keep all the settings the same as they were. Click OK and make sure the background contents are white. Then you want to go up to Filter, you want to go down to Texture and go to Grain. And then under Grain, make sure the intensity and contrast are set at 100 and the grain type is set to vertical. Once then, just go ahead and click OK. Then you want to go up to Filter, Artistic, and then go to Neon Glow. Once in Neon Glow, you want to go ahead and make the glow size 5 and the glow brightness 27, and make sure the glow color is set to white. And you can go ahead and change these settings any way you want to, but I'm going to keep these settings right here. So now we go ahead and click OK, and then the last thing we do is go to Filter, go to Stylize, and then go to Glowing Edges. Then under glowing edges, make sure the edge width is at 1, the edge brightness is at 5, and the smoothness is at 1. Then go ahead and click OK on that, and you should have something that looks like this right here, which is similar to the background that I made in the how to do a matrix background tutorial, except it's only white. So now what you want to do is just drag that out and go ahead and drag that onto your background layer in the last photo, and you want to make sure it's centered. Then we can go ahead and just get rid of this. I'm just going to keep it over there. And so once in that, you want to go ahead and change the blending mode to overlay, and then it should get something that looks like this with a sort of matrix looking streaks coming down from the rainbow background. And so that's pretty much how to do it. So as you see here, this background looks a lot like this background right here. So the last thing you need to do is go up here to File, and you want to go to Save As, and save it as anything you want to. I like to name this background the rainbow matrix. So I'm just going to name it Rainbow Matrix 1, and then I'm going to change the format to PNG, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Save, click OK, and once it goes ahead and saves, we have our background. And so basically that's how to do it, just how to go ahead and add in the matrix streaks to this already perfect rainbow background. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this and close out of that, and then we have our picture the way it's done. So here's the picture right here. That's how to do it. It's a very simple, very easy tutorial, and as you notice, the end result looks really well. Feel free to go ahead and customize this any way you want to, and so yeah, so that's how to go ahead and make a sort of rainbow matrix background for your desktop. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. See you guys later.